So thanks everybody for coming. I'm John Achoukian, one of the mentors of residents at Forge, and this is our second year of this program. Last year we had 3. We have one of our distinguished alumni here from last year, Abhiman Gupta. Thank you for coming. Went from 3 students to 24. Last year we had 3 undergrad. This year we had a combination of grad and undergrad. Without certain support from certain individuals, this program would not have been possible. So we want to thank you before we get started. So Harry Wilcox, first of all, for his generous support, his contributions, his support to the program year over year. So thank you, Harry. I would like to thank these folks from the Center for Semiconductor Manufacturing, the ICDI, Institute for Computation and Data Enabled Insight. I did not know that's what that stood for until today. I would like to thank all the deans from the various colleges that are here or attending online. Thank you. And then a special thank you to Brian Ellerman for the Forge program. Back to Arizona. And I'd like to thank Elliot for stepping in and helping us sponsor the program as well. And with that, I'm going to hand off to our students and Ray.
Wait, before you start,
sure.
This has not been an easy undertaking. We were really impressed with or awed with all the work that went into it, and in particular on John's part. He dedicated a lot of his time to this. He's made this successful. So I think first of all, give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh,
It's from all of us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. Like to start with the welcome message. If you're speaking your own language, I guess.
Next to me, I feel lonely.
Now I can start it. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Main agenda for today's program is we'll start with the welcome message, and then I'll explain the pitch format and the instructions. Then we have 3 rounds of presentations. I'll explain in detail when we have presentations, breaks, and the Q&A. We have breaks in between, and then I'll end with the concluding message. First of all, last 8 weeks have been an amazing learning experience for all of us. I'm also part of the cohort, so I'm pretty sure I'm talking on behalf of everyone, and everyone feels the same way. We had amazing guest speakers, we had amazing activities which helped us learn more and sort of improve on our startup, on what things we were doing right, what things we were not doing right. And another great thing about this is the cohort. We had multiple undergrad students, grad students, and mix of AI, biomed, and semiconductor startups. So this has been a great cohort. We got a chance to learn from each other. So thank you, everyone. With that, I will introduce the pitch format for today. Everyone will be given 3 minutes time limit. After 3 minutes, I'll stop you. Please don't hate me for that, but I will mute you. So just keep track of the time. We'll have the introduction and the elevator pitch from the students. Then we'll talk more about the problems, the solution they're trying to create, and their next steps. As I mentioned, we have 3 rounds of presentations. Round 1 would be, there are a few folks. We are a cohort of 24. We have 8 people here. That would be a round 1. And once 8 of them complete their presentation, we'll have 15 minutes of Q&A session. So please have your questions ready by the time we finish all the 8 presentations. Then we'll have a 15 minutes break. Then we'll start with the virtual presentations. 8 presentations, again Q&A, question and answer for 15 minutes, break for 10 minutes, and then there would be last set of students presenting and the floor will be open for Q&A. with that, I am super excited to start the event. And Sara, would you like to present your pitch?
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. I'm Sara, Sheikhlary, PhD in biomedical engineering, minor in pharmaceutical science, founder and CEO of the Sebreh company. We produce herbal-based drug, among which is herbazole, which is a radioprotective drug. So now, why radioprotective drug? So basically, the market size is increasing significantly because not only people could be exposed to radioactive elements, but also cancer cases are increasing. And the common current radiotherapy treatments are super expensive, and also they're not so effective. So right here we have a better solution. Herbazole iodine combines herbals such as mint extract and fulvic acid, as well as camphor conjugated to iodine 127, which is a non-radioactive form of the iodine. And so it costs only for $25, and in case of urgency, it can be so. And so it has also great marketing. So it can be used by pharmaceutical companies, drug stores, militaries, research institutes, and universities. It can be used as a radioprotective drug to replacement of current radioprotective drug in the market is strong interventions and anti-cancer drug. Now, getting to its unique values and properties. So it's the first herbal-based drug that has dual mechanism of action, which means that it can chelate and absorb and prevent the radioactive elements in the body, and at the same time enhance the overall antioxidant system of the body. And its mechanism of action is inspired from two creatures, cockroaches and bloody reptiles. These two guys are the strongest and most tolerant creatures against radioactive elements in the world. And also it has high therapeutic index with no side effects. And so in the end, I would like to thank our great coordinators and mentors that helped us to get to this point. And so we look for getting more people, recruiting more people to develop this drug. And also this idea has won several awards and medals at international invention competitions, and also gained interest by companies like Amgen. And also we made disclosure for it last year. So we hope to get more people to make this happen. And thank you so much for your patience. And if there's any question,
Q&A session will be done after 8 presentations. Next up, we have Ny'Kol. Ready, I'll start the time.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ny'Kol. I have a bachelor's in pharmaceutical science, and I'm currently finishing my PharmD here at U of A. This is Integrative Remedies, and what we address is health disparities that affect underserved populations. And what we do is provide an all-encompassing healthcare center that focuses on value-based care and all your healthcare needs in one place. And so for my next steps, I'm just looking to build a team and to have a detailed business plan to go ahead and launch in 2 to 3 years. All right, so for the problems. One of the major problems in the US is access to healthcare. And if anyone is in the medical field, you know that. So I'm gonna offer that access through my health center. And then the second problem is that we're not really treating healthcare, we're treating symptoms of health. And so I really want to get down to the bottom of it. And then the third problem is the overprescribing of medication. Now, with these 3 issues, it leads to the differences in health among populations. And you can see this with this graph on the percentage of people who have diabetes within different cultures. And so for my target audience, we're going to look at uninsured people, people with chronic conditions, and mainly people who just want to get better and tackle their health. All right, so for the market opportunity, last year, there were 1 billion physician office visits, and 17 million of those were treated at a federal qualified health center, is which what my center would look like. So for my first year, I'm looking at taking about 20,000 patients. And so my direct competition would be federally qualified health centers, and then indirect would be like your private doctor's offices. And I think this has an exponential growth opportunity because you can see how many people have chronic diseases. All right, so for my unique value proposition, you're going to have everything in my health center. So the patient's going to come in, whether you're insured or uninsured, we're going to have options for you to seek out doctors and get the medications that you need. We're going to have a staff that mirrors the community that it serves. And then we're also going to have classes like health classes, fitness classes, and there will be free option for these depending on your sliding scale. All right, and then my next steps is just to have my complete business plan done. Thank you.
Thank you, Ny'Kol. Next up, we have Ritul. Good evening, everyone. I'm the founder of VitalsCare. Have you ever imagined a world where a single notification could save your life? It isn't a far-fetched dream. It's a reality that we are creating at VitalsCare. So what is VitalsCare? VitalsCare is a healthcare monitoring app that will help you assess your cardiac health in real time. So what is the problem? Cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death worldwide, causing 17.9 million deaths annually according to WHO. We can see in this graph clearly the two main potential reasons are the lifestyle factors, which is 33%, and the lack of detection, which is 47%, which sums up to a total of 80%, which we are trying to focus. So what's our solution? Our solution is a comprehensive mobile app that will provide you real-time cardiac health insights. What are the potential features of these apps? So it's cardiac health focus. Secondly, it's emergency alert system. It will alert you in real time during any cardiac anomalies, to not only to you, but your family members and your physician. Second, the personalized AI healthcare insights. It will provide you recommendation for any cardiac event that can happen in future. Third, fourth is our user-friendly interface that can be used by any age group. So our next step, as you can see, we are working on our MVP and we will soon be launching it. So what's our global market? We can see clearly that our TAM is $500 million. That boils down to a sum of $230 million, since we are very much niche and focusing on a target market of age group of 21 to 60 years of age who are cardiac and fitness focused. What are direct competitors? Our direct competitors are Google Fit, Apple Health. They're the big players, but they are doing it in a general way. The cardiac health app that are present right now in the market, they're not doing the alert system that we will provide to our users. Our mission is very simple. We want to convert the cardiac health game from reactive to proactive. So who want to join us in our journey to save millions of lives? Thank you. Thank you, Ritul. Next up, we have Sara.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sarthak Hajirnis. and I'm a grad student here at University of Arizona Physics Department. I'm also the founder and CEO of MediSense Magnetics. And our startup focus on harnessing the power of superconductivity and spintronics to make sensors that detect the biomagnetic fields that are emitted by our brain and our heart. So the reason why I came up with this startup is because we need to have innovative, affordable, and a solution that is accessible to all. And I feel that this, my startup, my venture would exactly target that market. So the problem is the United States spends $800 billion annually on neurological or disorders, like diagnosing and treating them. At the same time, if you go out and do the survey, you will find out that 7 out of 10 people, they would like to seek the early diagnosis when it comes to neurological disorders. Now, you may think that, well, neurological disorders are only for like old age people, but here's where you're wrong. This problem spans the entire age spectrum. 1 in 36 children are like diagnosed with neurological disorders. 1 in 5 adults have been they show early symptoms of disorders. And once you hit the age of 55 and above, there is a 55% chance that you may have the symptoms sooner. And I talked about United States, but this is true globally. Like in the China and all other developing countries, we can see the same trend that is growing for neurological as well as cardiovascular diseases. So what is the solution for that? What we are going to do is we are going to make devices which are called as magnetic tunnel junction and superconducting tunnel junctions, which will detect these biomagnetic fields. So these are basically type of sensors, which is why we are not only tapping into the health sector, we are also going to look at the sensor market, which has shown a steady increase and is projected to grow up to $400 billion by the year 2030. Now, it goes without saying that where there is opportunity, there are competitors. So we do have some competitors in the market which are kind of one step ahead of us. However, the unique thing about my startup is that I'm going to make the devices which are based on TMR sensors rather than GMR or Hall sensors, which the other companies used to make. Apart from that, the sensor that I'm going to make are going to be very compact in size. For instance, the MRI machines in this room, if you try to fit in, there will be like 3 or 4 at max. Whereas my fingertip could fit in like 20 or 30 sensors at the same time, which would do the same thing. Apart from that, there will be easy to use, the sensors would be easy to use, the detection would be real time. And well, the next question is, at what stage is my startup is? Basically, I have the blueprint ready, I have the research papers, I have all the data. We are going to build a prototype first. And then once we have the prototype working, we are going to apply for patents. And my long-term, like short-term goal after the patents is setting up a team and then kicking start the venture. So with this, I would like to thank you for your attention. If you have any questions.
Thank you, Sarthak. Next up, we have Ibrahim.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ibrahim Rafiq. I hope you all are having a great evening. So I'm the founder of ROVER. Have you guys ever been in a situation where you were looking forward to a trip or a vacation all year long, and at the very last second it gets canceled because somebody in your group didn't want to go? I've been in that situation multiple times, and that is when the idea of ROVER came in. An app that connects you to groups that want to have similar travel experiences as you. Integrated with AI, it allows you to ask the chatbot for personalized trip suggestions and much more. Moving forward. Yeah. So the problems addressed. 60% of 3 million daily travelers like to travel either with a partner or with a group. A lot of people that find issues finding a perfect travel companion. And also another issue is that dividing the travel expenses can be frustrating for people when they travel with a large group. So who is this app for? This app is for anyone and everyone who wants to travel, gain new experiences, meet new people, and have a more streamlined travel experience. It's also for new travelers and backpackers and everybody. So the market size opportunity. If you look at the market size, there are 2.9 million daily passengers. If you look at the yearly amount of passengers, they're near to 1 billion passengers. So even if 30% of those passengers use our app, the market is going to be huge. And with a growing population, the number of travelers, they're going to grow as well. So in conclusion, I feel it's an ever-growing market. And if we keep our app up to date with new features, the market is huge. Talking about the competitors, I think as a new concept, there aren't any big names, but there are a few other apps or websites that provide the same services. But some of them, they have really outdated user interfaces. Some of them, they don't have that many features available. So moving on. So what are the solutions? So our app provides a lot of innovative solutions. So first one is the AI matching. So the AI is going to scan your profile and match you with the groups that best match your travel options. And then you can book hotels and flights through the app. There's a cost division feature. When you're traveling with a group, it's going to divide the cost and show each person the amount they're supposed to pay. And it also has a live map feature where you can share your live location with your friends. So the first step would be developing the app. And then after that, we're going to do an ad campaign through social media and engaging travel influencers. And then try to put the app on it as a trend so people hop on the trend. And once it's a trend, then we can make probably a lot of money from that. Thank you.
Thank you, Varun. Next up, we have Mehri.
Ladies, I thought manage engineering and background is industrial engineering and optimization. My interest is sustainable schedule for running companies, using AI, and also integrating safety into the objective functions during optimization problems. About the problem, we can say that the sliding scheduling problems is one of the complex optimization problems, and it has lots of millions of variables and constraints. And even if 53% of the one language are treated to the one schedule, we still have lots of problems. But when you see almost 18% of mining projects are behind the schedule and we are over budget, and the situation is even worse with medical projects. On the second problem, this is safety issues, and as we know, mining is one of the risky industries. For example, just around the US, just in 2022, we had 29 fatalities for this year, and for the next year, only for the first half of the year, we had 21 fatalities. This is only for the US, just as a developed country. About market opportunity, you can see from the graphs that micro consumption is growing around the world, almost with 3% per year. And then this means that mining will continue to grow to satisfy this demand, and then mining risk will accompany the growth. And then this means that we need a safer and smarter my scheduling to prevent any problem. And our solution is to use AI and integrate as one of the objective functions in during the optimization problem. Then we can have a safer schedule out of different options that we have. As you can see, the obtainable market only for the 1% of the mining companies in the US is more than $9 million. Some related relevant companies are Hexagon, and Earth. But what we offer as a unique value is smarter, safer, and sustainable scheduling. For the next step, I will consult with some expertise from industry and academia and try to build a prototype. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mehri. Next up we have Noor.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Noor Shaheen, and I am an electrical computer engineering student. I am also a business owner of an e-commerce store. I'm also a real estate agent. So my startup right now is ManageMates, and we address inefficiencies that come with businesses and managing a business for small and big companies. Now, our solutions provide top-tier tools for businesses to spend less time managing and more time building. Now, we can see top reasons to why businesses fail are poor management, and that's including poor strategic planning and also poor time management. We can also see that 60% reported that strategic planning can take a long time, almost 6 months, and it can even take longer for some. And also encountering obstacles, businesses can face a lot of obstacles that they might have no idea how to solve, and they would not with the right tools and the data, it might seem impossible to solve. And all these things are very highly costly, and it can be very problematic, especially when the markets are moving fairly quickly. So our market opportunity here, you can see that there's 33 million active current businesses in the US. And we can see that trend is growing. More and more businesses are getting created. Our beachhead markets include, for right now, include medium-sized startups and also professional services. And obviously, these data here, the businesses that are being created include lots of the beachhead market. And our competitors right now, we only have a few, LifePlan and Domo, but I don't like them to call direct competitors because they're really indirect competitors. They don't do the things the way we do them and the efficiency and the tools that we use. So why us? We automate everything, the strategic planning and all the data is analyzation will be all automated, and it can all be done in minutes instead of taking long time to put in a plan together and analyze all data. Now, this is very personalized to each business's needs, depending on what they want, what their goals are. And it's very cost efficient. Instead of spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, this is way less costly than traditional solutions. And we're also very adaptive based on the market trends and what's going on and the current situation of the business. All of that will be adapted to fit the best situation possible. We also have patents, including provisional patents. And our next steps are to build a strong team. We're almost finished with the MVP. So strong team is what we're looking for now, and we have great mentors. And yeah, thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you, Noor. Next up we have this Mehri.
Yes.
Hello everyone, I am Vyshnavi Vanamala. I am currently pursuing my dual masters MBA and MS in MIS, and I have been founding member of the Y Combinator, one of the Y Combinator startups. That is where my love for startups and building things from scratch has begun. I'm presenting my idea of Vacay Buddy, which revolutionizes travel planning. Is it Tucson too hot these days? I would prefer to go to San Diego at least for a weekend to enjoy good weather. Let us assume you're in San Diego and it's your first time in San Diego and you want to cover the best places, have food at like best locations and explore a lot of things. But your friend is driving and you're the passenger princess, and now you have the responsibility of planning the whole trip. You're Googling the different types of destinations. You're checking it from Airbnb's location. You want to go whale watching, but you don't know the timings. When you see the timings, you open the booking platform and you see that tickets are sold out. Doesn't this sound so stressful? I would prefer staying in Tucson's heat rather than going through this stress. Now, what can we do for you? Vacay Buddy will help craft personalized itineraries for you. It is AI driven. It depends on your mood. For example, if you feel like you want a chill vacation for one day and adventurous the other day, you can give your Airbnb location and you can say that, I want to have Thai today. It will give you a complete itinerary, like 9 a.m. start at this location. You can book tickets from here and it will make your life simpler. We are not providing a service. We are providing an experience for you. Let's look at why do we need to build this. Travel market is so huge. Like it has total addressable market of $2.7 trillion. And we aim to capture 0.1% of available market, and that would come up to $1.62 billion. My next step would be to develop and test our MVP. With this, I would like to thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's continue exploring the globe together. Thank you. Any questions for 8 of us? I can show you the numbers. Any questions?
Yes. It is. I was also don't know me, Peter Nestor. I'm mentor in residence here at Tech Launch and also member of the Desert Angels. What I observed is you are all trying to take very complex problems. And I think what is still missing a little bit, not as we go into the flow of what is happening. Maybe it was missing from the presentations, but it is very difficult to follow. Like, yes, you outline the big, hairy problem. How are you going to address it? What part of the problem are you going to solve first? What is going to be your first customer? This is also going to help us to get attention, attraction, interest from people, and it will help you to build your products, to really define your product. So I would encourage, go into the process. What are the steps and the problems that you want to solve? What are the bottlenecks? What is missing? Try to address them. Try to talk to people, and then pretty much come out with small, dedicated solutions first before building the platform. But all of the presentations were really nice, very fluent. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Lee Longley. I'm also from Tech Launch, Arizona, and I'm one of the venture development managers. But I did have a question for VitalsCare. Is it Ritul? Hi. I thought you did a great job with your presentation. I did have a question regarding the how exactly you're going to be tracking the vitals. I didn't get that part of it. Maybe I skipped over. I just didn't catch that part of it.
So it will be integrated in the Android and iOS, and also your smartphone, and also your smartwatches. It will track the data. We will create a large language model and train the AI so that it can personalize all these data and provide you recommendations. Yeah.
Any other questions for
Great, thanks. You all did a great job, and I know it's a lot in 8 weeks, so I just want to commend you. I guess my question is for Sarah. You gave 2 radioisotopes. I'm just curious, how large of the market or what percentage of the market do those radioisotopes make up? Is it a big portion? Is it the majority? Is it small? Is there a way to expand to do other isotopes as well?
Well, current market is expected to reach to about $10 billion by 2031 for radioprotective drugs. And so, current drugs, that is the one that is commonly used is potassium iodine, but that itself causes cancer, lead to thyroid cancers and also bone cancers in long term. And also they're also expensive and they're not so effective. Like most of them cannot protect the normal cells from becoming cancers. They can just reduce the tumor growth, but they're not effective. They're not healthy for normal cells. But the one that I'm using, it has combination of extract of mint, fulvic acid. These are all herbal plants. They have no side effect. And also camphorol. Camphorol is conjugated to iodine 127. So iodine 127 is the non-radioactive form of iodine 131 that is used for treating cancers currently that has side effect, but it doesn't have that side effect. It doesn't cause cancer. It's the non-radioactive form of it, but still has effects similar to that. So we can have a substitution by this form. And all of these are kind of incorporated in form of niacin, which is kind of lipidic based structure carrier and can improve the oral bioavailability of the drug.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For Ny'Kol with Integrative Remedies, if you had another minute added to your presentation, how would you explain the MVP for your product? Is it like a brick and mortar healthcare center? Is it a software methodology that existing healthcare centers? Listen.
I wanted to have a brick and mortar I wanted to have a brick and mortar healthcare center, but I do plan on involving a technology that hopefully other healthcare centers can use. For example, say you're a diabetic and you take our health and exercise classes. You could upload the receipt that you're taking that from when you went to go shopping, and then you're showing that you're utilizing our services and you're scanning in for exercise classes, and there's data that shows an exercise need can help you lose weight as well as being compliant with medication. And so they will build a consumer performance and get reviews through my clinic, and hopefully other healthcare centers can utilize that for compliance with medication and actually see long-term changes in patients.
My question's for Vyshnavi. I'm leaving for Oregon next week, and all the problems that you mentioned are a reality for me and my wife. So build this as quickly as possible. But what do you need to build this? What are your next steps to build your MVP?
Firstly, I would like to do. So I would prefer building this manually. Like for example, if I have to plan your trip, I would not go ahead and start doing tech building. I would like to understand your problem. I will sit myself and do it manually to understand the process better. And once I get validation from users that is actually making sense, that is when I would like to go and start building my tech. So my next step would be that. So if you want to plan your trip, I can do it. I don't mind.
That is a fantastic answer. Well done.
Any other questions? If there are no questions, we can take a break of 8 minutes. I would suggest everyone to do some good networking and build some contacts. We'll start next set of presentations from 4:50.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. My name is Ray Lee. I am an MBA candidate at Eller College of Management here at University of Arizona, and I am a biochemist by training, but I have experience as a member of the co-founding team of a biotech startup out of the University of Arizona. And that's where I conducted over 500 plus customer interviews and where I gained my personal motivation for the current venture. My startup is Cancer DD, and we address unnecessary side effects of cancer treatments faced by over 2 million new patients every year. My solution is targeted alpha therapy, and it provides molecular level precision in detecting and destroying these tumors. This means that cancer patients will no longer suffer the health consequences and collateral damage of traditional cancer treatment. Our next steps are to raise funding to continue research and build the MVP. So let's go ahead with the slides. The problem is that there are 600,000 people who die from cancer every single year. And we spend $200 billion just for cancer care in US alone. And yet we have 2 million new patients suffering from cancer every single year. Our current solutions are listed here, but really all of these result in unnecessary healthy cell deaths. And we are harming these patients, even though they are the ones that need the most amount of help. So my solution is targeted alpha therapy, where I utilize the binding of indomethacin, which is a known binder of COX-2. This is a protein that's overexpressed in tumors. And to that indomethacin tag, I attach an alpha particle emitting atom. And that specific alpha emitter is powerful enough to help emit alpha particles and destroy the DNA in tumors. Now, compared to traditional radiotherapy, Cancer DD provides solutions that are higher in energy and have a very small impact radius of 1 to 2 cells compared to over 200 cell radii. And we are also safer in the long run. Our market looks like this. So out of the $8 billion radioligand therapeutics market, we are trying to obtain 20% of the alpha emitter market. And our competitors are RadioMedics and Oranomed, who have started the phase 2 of FDA approval process, but this just means that they open the door for competitors like us to join the race. We want to work with you to beat cancer. Thank you.
Thank you, Reese. Next up, we have Melissa. Just a reminder for everyone presenting on Zoom, I'll mute you if you cross the 3-minute limit. Melissa, let me know once you're ready.
We cannot hear you. I guess you are muted still.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Melissa. I'm a first-year PhD student in biomedical engineering in University of Arizona. I'm excited to share our new project, which is BioKidney Solution. Our mission is to revolutionize kidney disease treatment through advanced bioengineering. I can't change. Okay. As we all know, kidney patient face many challenges undergoing dialysis and the kidney transplant. Dialysis often fails to removal of waste and also leads to cardiovascular strain and poisonous. On the other hand, kidney transplant comes with the organ rejection and availability of the donor. So we need to find a new solution, effective and accessible technology. To address this innovation, to address these challenges, our innovation is bioengineered kidney. This system has small functional units and then the dynamic bioreactors, which provides the blood flow and the hemodynamic forces for the kidney filtration. And then we added the smart sensor for real-time monitoring. For the market opportunity, I would like to focus on the Asian country, specifically Taiwan. Because there are 85,000 end-stage kidney disease patients, and also approximately 12% of the Taiwan population lives with the chronic kidney disease. There are many challenges with the dialysis and the kidney transplantation, and also
You guys are reach this point with your first client project. I'm also going to recommend, once you've made it as good as you possibly
the bioengineering kidney solution, and we are ready to redefine the kidney disease.
a lot of times you create a graph that's really good,
and
but if
also,
someone else likes it,
thank you.
find problems.
Can everyone yourselves on Zoom, please? Sorry. Yes. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Melissa. Next up, we have Akshat Kumar.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, Akshat.
Okay. So, hey everyone, I'm Akshat Kumar Singh and super excited to be here as a part of the Student Startup Residency program. So the main thing, I'm currently a junior majoring in computer science here. And the main thing I want to talk about is about my startup Coit AI, which the main thing the Coit is very efficient in is more about remote work communications. So it's an answer to make remote work communication a whole lot better. Like imagine a world where every message you send is crystal clear and your team actually gets to know how you're feeling. That's what we are aiming for with Coit AI. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, remote work. Remote work can be a mess sometimes, right? How many of you had a project go off the rails because someone misunderstood an email? Or maybe you had in a team a few people who had tension because people keep reading messages in the wrong way. It's frustrating and it slows everything down. And let's face it, it costs company big time. These are real problems that we all have faced, and that's what exactly we are here to fix. Now, here's the thing. Remote work is not going anywhere. More and more companies are embracing it, which means there is a huge need for tools that can create digital communications smoother. The market for remote work software is booming, and we think Coit AI is exactly what teams need right now. We are not just another chat app. We are here to make your team work better together and actually enjoy talking to each other, even if they are in the opposite sides of the world. So what makes Coit AI special? Well, imagine having an AI sidekick that reads your messages before you send them, making sure they are clear and that your emotional tone comes across just right. It's like having a communication coach in your pocket, helping you build stronger relations together with your team. And for hiring managers out there too, we've got tools to help you hire the right candidate for a remote team with the use of sentiment analysis, which can analyze the actions of the candidate and help you make the right decisions. Looking ahead, we are itching to get this into the hands of real remote teams. We want to test it, get your feedback, and make it even better. Then we will be ready to show the world how Coit AI can make remote work not just more efficient, but actually fun. Because let's face it, we all deserve to enjoy our work no matter where we are doing it from. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshat. Next up, we have Ali, Fig Microchips.
Yes, you can hear me, right?
Oh, yes, Ali, you're audible.
Can you see the whole screen?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. This is Ali Habiboğlu. I am the founder of Fig Microchips, and we produce wide range magnetic sensors that will be the new generation magnetic sensor technology. And our aim is reducing the cost and enhancing the performance in magnetic sensors. We use magnetic sensors in lots of devices, and the biggest problem in this industry is the cost of sensors that keep increases because of the new features that we add our phones and cars, all the in industry. We keep increasing the number of magnetic sensors we use, and also the cost is increasing with that. So the biggest problem is we don't know how to decrease the number of sensors. So we have an example here in an economy car in 2007. They had only 30 microchips, which is an integrated circuit, which involves 35 magnetic sensors in some of these, in total 35. And in 2024, the number increased to 1,000 magnetic sensors in 300 chips. In new generation electric vehicles, they actually have more up to 3,000 chips and 10,000 magnetic sensors around that. And our solution decreases the number of magnetic sensors that you need to use in these chips. So instead of 35 magnetic sensors, with our solution, you use only 13. Instead of 1,000, you use only 100. Instead of 10,000, you use only 1,000 magnetic sensors. And the cost also decreases with the same ratio. So the market size of the global sensor market is $200 billion. And the sensors are used in the phones, cars, and we have magnetic sensors in them. The magnetic sensors are $9 billion of this market, $9 billion of this market. So you see these images, and even though it looks not related, you see the linear acceleration, gyroscope. Those are all magnetic sensors. All the chips that you see in these cars, the chips that is shown are also magnetic sensors. So the electric vehicle current sensor market is the primary market that we choose to attack because it is a new market and we can compete in that area. It has $500 million market share, and our prototype and patenting will be done. Our plan is finishing applying for patent in 3 months with the help of Tech Launch Arizona. And with our investors, we want to have $1 million investment and make a production facility. And at the end of the year, expected sales will reach more than 1 million pieces with $5 margin. And first year's revenue is expected to be higher than $5 million. Here are my contact information. Thank you for listening. And if there's any question, I can answer.
Thank you, Ali. Next up, we have Gagan for AI glucose.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Gargin Mazmanyan, and I'm excited to present a groundbreaking startup, the AI Glucose. We are on a mission here to revolutionize the diabetes management once and for all by predicting the blood sugar spikes and recommending the correct insulin dosage for our patients. So diabetic patients today often struggle to measure the correct blood sugar spikes, which leads to incorrect insulin dosage measurements. Moreover, there is a high cost of traditional devices, averaging about $200 per month, which makes them inaccessible to many patients. On top of that, there's a social problem. The visible devices that patients have to wear on their body parts may make them feel socially insecure, which then could lead them to a potential social isolation. So now let's explore the market potential for AI glucose. With about 38 million people in the US affected by diabetes and rising numbers globally, there is a huge demand for innovative solutions today. On the right side, you can see a graph, which is a research done by a research company and founded by Yahoo, that is illustrating a prediction of diabetes market from now on in 10 years' time. You can see there's a huge rise of almost doubling from $60 billion to $118 million in 10 years' time from now. I should also note here that even though our primary customers are diabetic patients, our secondary market involves companies like insurance companies, government healthcare agencies, current glucose monitor companies, and healthcare providers. So let's talk about our solution now. Our system, by utilizing a vast database of food and blood sugar correlations, our system will allow users to upload an image of any type of meal, no matter what it includes, to the app. Then the AI will predict the correct blood sugar spike and recommend a precise insulin dosage to our patients. As you can see, this solution is not only more affordable and convenient compared to alternative solutions today, but it will also reduce the social stigma about the visible devices, as patients don't have to wear them on their body parts anymore. And our further steps includes doing a research on the development of AI's accuracy model, partnering with existing glucose monitor companies and healthcare providers, and securing funding for the further development and marketing. Thank you.
Next up, we have Brian.
All right, perfect. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're audible, Brian.
Okay. Hello, my name is Brian Lamelli. I'm a graduate student obtaining a doctorate of pharmacy. My professional experiences include drug formulary management in hospitals and managed care organizations, MCO. My personal motivation for founding the company is a passion for access to life-saving medications, as well as a reduction in burdensome healthcare spending. My startup is AI Medform Solutions. We address formulary management inefficiencies faced by hospitals and managed care organizations, and by extensions, pharmacy benefit managers, also called PBMs. Our solution is a service that uses AI to build out drug formularies. It provides dynamic decision-making, smart spending, harnessing real-world data. This means that you get much faster and cheaper results than how traditional decision-making is made by pharmacy committees. Our next steps are to build a strong team. So some of the issues with these inefficiencies is labor cost, time, and data burden. Drug formularies committees have on average 20 members, 70% of which are physicians. About half of these committees meet 5 to 12 times a year. There's a large amount of data being out there, like 50 new drugs that are being introduced into the market yearly. Taking into account these big three inefficiencies, over $2 million are left on the table per affected customer. Our customer consists of health plans, hospitals, and PBMs. Looking at the market size, there's already over 6,000 hospitals, almost 70 PBMs, and almost 300 Medicaid managed care organizations. The market is shaped by increasing focus on managing and controlling the rising costs of prescription drugs, driving the demand for efficient services. There's a shift towards value-based care models, with PBMs playing a crucial role in negotiating the drug prices and improving medication adherence, and ensuring that there's cost-effective solutions for both payers and patients. Market dynamics are influenced by the integration of advanced technologies, including data analytics and AI, to enhance these services. Tech solutions contribute to better cost management and streamlined processes. Currently, there's no direct competitors, but big insurance do have two big AI platforms that they're currently using, PXDX and NH Predict. They're able to deny thousands of claims in less than 2 seconds, and as well provide length of stay recommendations for patients discharging from the hospital. Taking a look at unique value proposition and next steps, taking a look at dynamic decision-making. Healthcare is ever evolving and new clinical evidence is constantly emerging. With our AI, we're going to be able to adapt new evidence, ensuring that formulated decisions remain aligned with the latest updates in medical research and evidence-based practices, as well as smarter spending for better outcomes. That's that bread and butter. One of the critical aspects of formulary management is cost effectiveness, being able to evaluate the pricing of the medication, the efficacy, potential side effects, and overall impact on the patients is going to be able to ensure not only financial sustainability, but optimize positive health outcomes. And then lastly, from information to insight, being able to process all this real-world data is going to be derived from patient experiences, outcomes, and patient responses. And by analyzing this, we're going to be able to take this information to actionable insights, further guiding formulary decisions based on the performance and the impact of the medications in real-world scenarios. And for our next steps, we're going to try to build a strong core team. Thank you.
Next up, we have Sai Laasya.
So, good evening, everyone. Today, my topic is about this derm AR. The main motive of the derm AR is to help patients with skin issues achieve clear and healthy skin by providing AI-driven insights and treatment plan. These are the problems that people face around even when they are trying to get themselves treated with the traditional dermatology consultation. First, time consumption process. That includes travel, diagnosis, and the waiting period to get to the doctor. And the second is expenses. So when it comes to, apart from the doctor's consultation, we will have expenses on fuel, multiple parking visits, and also frequent visit to the doctors adds up to it. Imprecise and the over treatment. Relying solely on our personal knowledge and also general interest search might harm our skin with multiple products rather than healing it. Missing treatment. As people do forget to take medications on time, so it prolongs the skin heal duration. Our main focus group is with the individuals that are facing skin issues like rashes, eczema, and acne. Market volume. As you can see that 1 in 4 Americans are affected by the skin issues. The bar graph shows that there is an increase in trend for the global digital health market. So it is estimated that in 2027, it is going to make a revenue of $500 billion. And as people are getting awareness on the aesthetic appeal and technology advancement, they are showing interest towards the dermatology devices. Competition, the skin vision. So it is primarily focused on our skin cancer. We are not having any limitations as such. And first, which takes to the doctor when it comes to us, just like if it's a major issue only, we are going to take to the doctor's consultation. The unique advantages are we are using AR technology that helps patients in taking the picture of the skin issue and also track the progress of the skin. Setting reminders that helps people in reminding themselves on taking the medications and follow-up actions so that it can heal as soon as possible. Consultations only if necessary. So if it's a major issue, then they are redirected to the doctor, or else with the preventive measures that AI-driven diagnosis does, it would be sufficient. Next course of action would be like current market validation and also seeking advice from the experts and building a prototype. Thank you.
Thank you, Laasya. Next up, we have Karthik.
Hi, can you see my screen?
Yes, Karthik.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Karthik, and I'm a rising junior pursuing computer science and business here at the University of Arizona. I've always wanted to get a little wealthy as long as I can remember for, and I never actually knew how to manage my finances or how to manage my money wisely. So I'm building this startup called Financify, which basically is it will help you manage your finances wisely, and it's a platform for hyper-personalized financial recommendation and which will act as a financial advisor for you. If I'm talking about the problem about this and consumer demographic, I'm building this for the demographics of millennials, young millennials, new college grads, early millennials who feel stressed about debt and their personal finances. A stat to signify about this problem is, according to CNBC, 75% of millennials feel stressed about their debt and their personal finances. An average millennial and Gen Z in the US have a credit card debt of $6,000 and $3,000 respectively. And the solution to that could be something like hyper-personalized recommendations and actionable insights to, hello? To effectively manage debt and financial goals instead of basic finance summary. If I'm talking about the current market and competition, the market is around $1 billion and the obtainable could be around $100 million. If I'm talking about why this is the perfect time to start this right now, personal finance industry is growing at an annual rate of more than 10% a year due to Gen AI rapid boom for the last 2 years among financial services industry. If I'm also talking about now, if I ask why me, also 3 main things about me is that first, I have knowledge and exposure to it. I've been to wealth management firms like City National Bank, Goldman Sachs, Open Bank, and I've worked with wealth management divisions of them, and I know how people in financial planning, financial advising works, how do they strategize, how do they allocate their money, and what kind of strategies do they use to allocate money for high net worth individuals. Another thing for them is niche market focus for us, which is I'm focusing only and only on young adults and millennials. Our platform is designed to address their financial challenges, including high debt levels and the need for personalized financial planning. That's it for me. And our next steps is to basically build an MVP as soon as possible and get it used by our initial set of users. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Karthik. Next up, we have Ali.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me share my screen. Give me a second. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, Ali.
Okay, awesome. My name is Ali. I'm a CS student at University of Arizona. Previously, I've been a computer science teaching assistant. I worked as a student software engineer at U of A, and I've been to many hackathons, and we have built the team and won a lot of them. Today, I'm going to present you interview prep. We help you get prepared for your upcoming interviews. Meet Jasur. Jasur is an upcoming international student at U of A, and so far he's been to like many important interviews in his life. Those include 1 visa interview, 2 language proficiency interviews, and 10 job interviews. While getting prepared for those interviews, Jasur needed a partner. And instead of going to a real person, he used our platform. And our platform provides AI interview simulations, and we help our users by giving them detailed feedback at the end of each interview. Currently, we have already came up with the idea. We have finished our MVP, and we are currently beta testing with limited amount of users. Once the feedback from beta testers are received, we are going to implement those feedback and launch. Right, next. So the market and business module. We are going to sell directly to customers. Our business model is going to be B2C, and what we are going to sell is interview sessions. The first session that you are going to have in our platform is going to be free, and if you want to continue like having these preparation interviews, you'll have to buy like X amount of sessions for some amount of money. And the niche market that we are going to focus is English proficiency test market. In 2021, it was 2.7 billion, and it's going to keep increasing until 2030. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. This was interview prep. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ali. The floor is open for questions.
Microphone or?
Microphone. Loud, Peter.
That's more for the people on Zoom, I guess. Well, again, very nice presentations. I think one competitor that you usually leave out is the status quo. How are people addressing the things today? How are they doing it? And what do they have to change to implement your product? And then I have two specific questions. Let's start with Ali Ibikov. You had three completely different interview types. And I would be particularly interested in the job interviews. Would your platform allow me to tailor the interview preparation with AI, automatic web searches towards the employer I'm interviewing with?
Currently, we are only focusing on. Thank you for the question. First of all, currently we are focusing on English proficiency interviews, and it will definitely be able to hold any sort of interview, any sort of job interviews, given the data sets we have. Yes, I mean you can have a direct conversation with an AI like an interviewer, and our platform currently can ask like complementary questions if you have any doubt, if it feels any sort of like doubts in your answer, like he can our platform can ask further questions and like give the result or detailed feedback at the end. And the reason why we didn't focus on the job market first is that we have niche knowledge in this English proficiency market. I'm an international student, and I've gotten prepared for like speaking interviews a lot, and I know like a lot of people who really need like speaking partners. So that's why we are going to focus on that only so far.
Okay, thank you. And then I have a question for Ali Ta with the microchips. You pointed out the increasing numbers of chips and sensors built into the car, but you did not mention why that is a problem.
Oh yeah, so I tried to make it look increase, but is the actual problem. Okay, I will actually, I mean, even though this is the final slide, I will improve that. Thank you. This is the problem is cost is keep increasing. And by the way, the research says that in 2030, the expected cost of the chips is gonna be 50% of the car. And of course, magnetic sensors are just part of it. But even though it's just 10% of it, 5% of the car's cost is pretty high. The cost of the sensors are increasing since we use more and more sensors.
But then my question would be, car manufacturers or designers probably don't put chips in without a purpose. What information do you lose by reducing the number of chips or sensors?
Okay,
having them long range.
Wide range. So it's actually wide range. It's not long range because yeah, it's in English. Maybe I should look for a better word to explain the range, because it will be able to. You will be able to measure the distance of something, or a sensor can give you the information with just measuring the magnetic field, and the magnetic field range is from micro Tesla to Tesla, 1 Tesla, which is a very high number and very low number. In order to do that, normally, if you have a position sensor, you need to use 2 different sensors for very high, very long distance or very high, small distance. But when I say distance, it's about the magnetic field coming from that source, or in your phone, for example, you use different magnetic sensors to measure the current, and different current values should be measured with different magnetic material. So we make a new material that can measure different magnetic fields, and we actually are in the process of making the prototype, but in theory, it's all established in my work. It's not in my lab's work, but I am working in a magnetic chip manufacturing lab in UFA. So from my expertise, I am able to make that chip. So basically, we make a sensor that can make that can do the job of 2 or more sensors. And in one of the sensors, you generally have more than 2, 3, 4 magnetic sensors. In one chip, in one integrated circuit, you have more chips. I don't know if I explained well enough. What do you think?
Actually, that helps, but you should really phrase it in your slides that you have a chip solution that has a much higher dynamic range in measuring than the traditional chips, and that allows you to take the number of chips down.
You're right. I actually
thank you for the explanation, though.
Yeah, I didn't explain that part just because I thought that's that's related to patent, and maybe I don't need to give any detail about the technical part to protect what I'm doing. But you're right, like why not giving the actual context? I'm not gonna tell them how they are gonna make it. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. Any other questions?
It's a hard act to follow.
Okay, so if there are no questions, we'll take 10 minutes break and then we'll start the final round of presentations.
Okay, I'm getting started. Hello everyone. I am Varun Soni. I'm a graduate student here in information science with a specializing in machine learning. I have a background in business with a certification in with my bachelor in commerce and accounting certification, and also have overall 5-year experience in information technology industry, having a role of data analytics and business intelligence. Here I am to present my startup name InnoTech, which is AI-enhanced IT support solution. We are here mainly targeting SMEs for addressing their problems. So let's have a look on this problem mainly. Like at the overall industry level, it's reported that nearly around 1.4 millions of revenue getting dropped due to that highly employees attrition, because companies are not able to retain those employees, and especially for SMEs to hiring and getting started with a new project in terms this entire business operation cost and loss, and even they don't have a proper service, insufficient service delivery. So they are facing overall 65% of companies are facing insufficient service delivery issues, which will be leading them to 20% higher operational costs as compared to industry benchmarks. And they also have limited access to affordable and dedicated IT resources and support assurance for ongoing business. Here we will be targeting mainly on that small and medium enterprises. Now let's look at how that market look like. Just a second. Okay, now if we look at that overall, here we can see that in even only in that US market, we have around 32.3 million small businesses overall, and where you can see that how this market is projected over 2029 for especially in the IT service market. So here we can see most of proportion are engaged in that IT outsourcing and business process outsourcing process. There's no company mainly dealing with their own consulting and that implementation part. Everything is going to be outsourced. Although here we are offering that all service related based on AI into this market, there are also a couple of alternatives available. I will not consider those as a competitive in market, but yeah, we have alternative for that. Like people can adopt that talent platform to get their employees and that skills get enhanced as up to the market. There can be also training and development program going on by the companies and that institutes, And there can be also some sort of a co-work and share IT resources where employee can exchange their resources. And let's look at that what we are offering here. Like we will be designing based on AI algorithms and the pipeline. We will be designing a proactive IT management platforms, which will be like streamline all the talent acquisition and talent retention pipelines, and everything will be automated throughout that advanced workflow management platform, which will this platform can be scalable, affordable, and have a dedicated support to each and end users. And this platform will be having even that all this training and the development program associated with that clients with the subscription, and that have all that, you can say that everything can be offered through the single platform. Yeah, and these are the industry like portion we can cover it. It's not specific to IT. In future we wanted to scale it up. It can be lead to any kind of industry, like mainly.
Varun, I'm sorry I had to mute you because we are.
Thank you.
Sorry, Varun. Thank you, Varun. Next up, we have Yash Mirani.
Right, let me know once you can see my screen.
Yes, Yash is visible.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here pitching my startup Job Hunt GPT, your friendly neighborhood AI career coach. Let's jump right into the problem that we're trying to solve. Now, when I load up this part of the slide, some people might consider me vindictive. Having been on the job hunt for the past year, I find these platforms to be a part of the problem. Workday, Greenhouse, ICMS, these are all ATS platforms. Here's a brief description of how ATS works. The gist of this process is, in an attempt to make the recruiter's life easier, Workday, Greenhouse, ICMS platforms have made the life of candidates very hard. There is a massive information divide between them, and candidates are often suffering because of that information divide. For a recruiter, average time to review application has gone down to 30 seconds because of these platforms. But in 100+ candidates interviews that I carried out about Job Hunt, this includes my colleagues and fellow students from University of Arizona, I found out that for a candidate, interview to applications ratio is as low as 1 in 100 applications. To solve this, we are building the solution for new grads, people that work in high turnover industries like tech and business. Why now? To convince you, I could go over the global TAM, SAM, SOM numbers, but the real crux is in the number that is right here. Almost 2.7 million new graduates every year in US alone. And the industry that I mentioned, almost 30% of the workforce switches job every year. There are a few competitors like JobScan, Final Round, and Consulting that have entered the market, but none of the competitors have a strong AI product for the entire life cycle. What is the key differentiator and next steps? We are attempting to build a product that covers all steps of the job hunt lifecycle using retriever augmented generation with state-of-art LLMs. Consider this as giving you the most powerful ChatGPT model an ability to search in real time, to conduct a Google search or maybe even custom search. And this makes it a lot more powerful. Our competitors have either taken a technology approach or community approach, but we are banking on the fact that technology approach plus community approach unlocks the network effects and retains the customers for a much longer period of time. For the next steps, we are raising a pre-seed round to build a core tech team and an MVP. And with that, thank you so much for listening to me. Let's talk more.
Thank you, Yash. Next up, we have Ravindra.
Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gaurav Pratap Singh Pandya. I'm a student at College of Science. My startup is Coit, and we address uncertainty high school and university students face in deciding a major and a career path. A solution, the Purpose Applications Career Predictor and Recommender, provides career and major recommendations based on data-driven insights powered by advanced AI and natural language processing. This means to make the living better and the student's life more certain. Our next steps are to test and validate a prototype, along with enhancing the recommendation quality and to develop and launch the MVP. So, what is a problem? Every year, millions of students, they graduate from high school, they get into university. In that, around 30% of the students, they're uncertain about choosing a major. Moreover, it costs around $10,000 to $50,000 on an average to change a major, along with delayed graduation and extra coursework. Moreover, only 27% of the students get a job in their intended majors, and some don't even graduate. So how are we solving this thing? So I have like a little bit demo that I can show you. So how are we solving this problem? Our application is a career recommender and predictor application, which predicts and recommends career on the basis of user input. So our platform provides you with like a gamified assessment test, which tests concepts such as aptitude, emotional intelligence, social life perspective, and common sense evaluation. So this is our platform. That's a like very beautiful AI model. She navigates you through the entire website. So as I said, gamified assessment on different sections, along with personalized recommendations. So we also recommend you like streams, majors, jobs, life-related things, and hobbies. Along with that thing, we also like give you like a 360 comprehensive report on what you can do and how you can like enjoy life and make it more predictable and more certain. So this is like our gamified assessment. It's like a prototype. So in this, we have like questions which are based on like scenarios, and they are practical based. And when you complete that thing, then you have to submit the button. When you submit on this thing, in this, we recommend you a stream out of the other 4 streams. That's like physics, chemistry, and mathematics on the user's interest. Moreover, the application. So what's our market opportunity? Well, every year, millions of students, they graduate from high school, and they have to be more certain as university and doing something in life. It's a pretty foundational step, and you can't get wrong in that. So we make your life more certain, and we make it much better. So what we provide, what's unique? So we provide a comprehensive coverage of like various careers and majors with like specific and practical advice, along with interactive quizzes, real life scenarios, and personalized feedback, and the comprehensive report. Our next steps is to develop our minimum viable product. We already have a prototype. And if you would like to see our complete functioning prototype, we can lecture you on a Zoom meet. And moreover, right now, I have this thing for you guys. So you can just go over my website, and we have like a little bit prototype for you. So you can just scan the QR code and give it a try for yourself. Thank you.
We'll wait for a minute if anyone wants to scan it. Thank you, Gauravendra.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Samika.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, hi everybody, my name is Samika. I am a math and computer science major at the university, and this is MarketMoffer. MarketMoffer leverages the power of technology to bridge the critical gap between consumers' demand for sustainable products and the current market's failure to provide transparent sustainability information. By offering a platform that ensures easy access to verified environmental and social data, we empower consumers to make informed purchasing decisions. Join us in transforming the landscape of sustainable consumerism. The problem. Today, a staggering 80% of consumers prioritize environmental impact when making a purchase. This powerful consumer focus underscores a growing demand for sustainability. Yet, despite their best intentions, most companies fail to provide adequate sustainability information about their products. This gap leaves eco-conscious consumers in the dark, unable to verify their environmental and social responsibility of the product they are considering. Our solution, MarketMoffer, where sustainability becomes your competitive advantage. What makes us unique? We help eco-conscious consumers make informed decisions and purchases by offering a blockchain-enhanced transparency platform. So it's a unique combination of marketing and sustainability metrics, real-time insights, and blockchain verifications. The key features of the platform are that it boosts trust, which helps consumers, enhanced efficiency, which helps the customers, and an integrated approach, which helps both. Our go-to-market strategy and market opportunity. With approximately 9,536 companies globally in the United States, SMEs are a significant market. Our strategy includes building partnerships, launching pilot programs to demonstrate their benefits, and offering promotional incentives to drive initial adoption in year 1. By year 3, our goal is to integrate a more comprehensive blockchain solution for complete product traceability from farm to table, as we're expanding into the organic food producers. And by year 4 and 5, we will enhance the platform to support larger enterprises by integrating advanced analytics for deeper insights and developing global marketing strategies to attract larger enterprises. Currently, the market for sustainable fashion is at $7.8 billion as of 2023 and a forecasted size of $33.5 billion in 2030. With 77% of consumers actively considering sustainability practices in their purchasing decisions, MarketMorpher positions their customers at the forefront of this significant market shift. Thank you.
Thank you, Samika. Next up, we have Shreyas Tripathi.
Hello. Hello, can you see my screen?
Not very clear.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be here. My name is Shreyas. I am pursuing a dual master's degree in MBA and MIS from LA College, UFA. And today I'm here to talk about StudySync, which is aimed to revolutionize academic planning for university students. StudySync is an AI-powered academic planner, which is designed to optimize time management, streamline task priorities, and enhance productivity by seamlessly integrating with students' academic schedule. I cannot remember the number of times I have submitted my assignments at like 11:15 at the 11th hour, and most often it was because of a lack of coordination, because I forgot to enter the schedule in my calendar, and I struggled to balance coursework, extracurriculars, and my personal commitments because of truckloads of assignments, deadlines to track quizzes, exams, and so on. It leads to ineffective planning and a decreased academic performance. I saw a lot of my friends facing the same problem, and at that time I came up with the idea of StudySync. So StudySync, it actually integrates with the student's LMS, and as and when the assignments and deadlines come by, it automatically updates and forms a strategy for students to manage their quizzes, timelines, study groups, and collaborative projects. So talking about the market, there are around 20 million students pursuing university degree from USA. And if we just focus on the top 500 universities and top 10-12% of tech-savvy students who use online tools, there is a revenue potential of almost 1.4 billion, from which we can cash on to about 143 million by having a subscription fee of just $6 per month. How this is unique from any other options out there is that we have proprietary algorithms that are catered to only academic success. Right now, planners and academic stuff like homework and Notion are catering to it's like for general people, but StudySync will be focused only for academic excellence. It can integrate with LMS, and we are also forming strategic partnerships with the top 4 LMS providers in the US, which capture almost 95% market. It dynamically updates itself, so you don't need to manually enter your deadlines. And the next steps in this endeavor will be to collaborate with LMS providers to develop the MVP, to conduct focusing marketing campaigns by getting in touch with student influencers and people in the academia, and partnering with universities to offer them discounts and to offer a lot of insights about student success to their professional coaches. Thank you for taking the time, and please join us in transforming academic programming. You are welcome to ask many questions during the round, or you can reach out to me at my email address here. Thank you.
Thank you, Shreyas. Next up, we have Jackson.
Can you guys see it okay?
Yeah, Jackson.
Awesome. Sorry, let me move my Zoom around. Okay, awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Jackson Grove. I'm an information science and computer science student here at the university. I also work as an AI engineer. This is Study Circle, and we bring one-on-one AI tutoring to every classroom in the world. I've always found it kind of odd how schools teach material in class, but expect students to master the content at home, where they're lacking the most support. As a student myself, I've had plenty of late nights scrambling to teach myself something last minute, right before the deadline, finishing up a chem exam, debugging code, or just waiting for an email back answering a question. There's times where you really just need some extra help outside of class, but unless you're paying expensive after-school tutors or are just lucky enough to stumble across a study group, you're pretty much out of luck. But with Study Circle, those days are over. Study Circle puts an end to unsupported learning by providing students with group-enabled custom AI tutors trained specifically for their class. This AI is shared with all the classmates, but students can get one-on-one tutoring, practice, worksheets, homework help, and talk to each other in the study groups as well. We're not just providing support and personalizing learning, we're also providing an experience that improves over time. Our models will be trained off of course-specific content available from the web, but as students upload more notes, lectures, and worksheets to the group, they're actually helping to train their class study circle even more. The AI gets smarter for the whole class, learning how best to support each student and becoming more valuable over time. Oh, there we go. So millions of students around the world are already paying high prices for tutoring, making up a $120 billion industry. And if you do the math, that's almost $3,000 per year per kid on average. That's a lot of money. And just to highlight, this 41 million figure right here, these are just the students who've raised their hands asking for help. Students are also already leaning into AI with almost 100 million already using it for school. So with millions already investing in solutions and existing comfort with the technology, the market's more than ready for innovation. So what makes us different? There's no one out there bridging personalized learning with support for students like we do. Online course providers try to make personalized experiences with asynchronous approaches, tailoring for student schedules, but if anything, that just makes learning even more isolated. I think they're trying to solve a completely different problem. Study Circle, on the other hand, makes learning less isolated and more personalized by enabling classmates to capture and share content that also trains their AI. So we're going to provide pre-built study circles for every classroom in the world, making it easy to discover and join. And as AI technology improves, we're able to adopt that, so will the capabilities. We believe this will create a huge network effect, and by the time competitors come around, Study Circle will already have all your friends, documents, know your academic history to teach you best. So that's pretty tough to beat. Right now, we're currently working on a prototype and getting a small group signed up for beta testing once it's ready. If you'd like to learn more, feel free to reach out afterwards. Happy to answer any questions. Thanks.
Thank you, Jackson. The last presentation for the evening, Neeraj.
Yeah, let me share my screen. All right, guys. So this is Neeraj Shaleda, hailing from Nagpur, India, and currently a business major. So it's good to present with you all. And my app is basically Grow Sales AI. So what we do is we basically have like all of your marketing campaign, whether it be your ad funnels, your sales funnels go through AI. So one of our main things that we really want to push forward, like our narrative is that businesses really suck at marketing, like many businesses suck at it. And we are there to fulfill your problem. So what we see businesses do, like make mistake, is that they don't really provide enough value with their content. Like all of their content is basically towards like selling. And I think I've seen like pretty interesting groups such as Job Hunt, which I think really was like admired the idea. So for him to like build his community, he actually needs to, even like every business needs to provide that much value to the audience so that they can basically, buy the products back from you. So it's like you build value, you give value, and that's how you build trust. So there are basically three pillars for it. Number one is the customer's desire to buy a product. Number two would be the customer's belief over you. And third would be the trustworthiness, which will come from like other people using it. And so I thought about building this very simple AI app, Grow Sales AI, which will help you do that, which will make and analyze your campaigns, and you will be able to like 10x your sales, because at the end of the day, your business needs to achieve those kinds of sales, and your profits and margins needs to be high enough, and your like unit cost that you're like the products that you're selling, the actual units are like should also be high enough. So like high prices with high production units that are being sold. And so which is why we like came with the solution that we will leverage AI and like generate sales funnels for you, whether it be through social media, whether it be through search engine optimization, and give you those 10x results that your business have like always been wanting. And yeah, so yeah, like utilizing AI algorithms to optimize lead generation, and finally not just like getting leads, but converting those leads to your sales. And like there's like a lot of process in that. So we are also like looking to integrate a lot of training in the app, so that even though like selling is the motto, but like providing value is just as important. And once you understand these concepts, like your active attention, like how to get active attention from your customers, how to get passive attention from your customers, I think that's when I think all of your businesses will actually take the leap that like it has been wanting. And yeah, so that would be it. And the next steps would certainly be to help businesses grow and not compete, but partner or integrate. So like I'm basically looking to integrate Grow Sales into Salesforce, which is a huge CRM company, a huge CRM software, or even HubSpot. So not really thinking of them as my competitors, but like something that we can actually work. And for you guys to build the community that you've been wanting, because every business that pitched tonight would actually need this. So it kind of made sense to have my presentation in last, saying that all of you guys have built your products, and it's I guess now time to sell it. So that's it. Grow Sales AI, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Neeraj. With that, floor is open for questions. We have 5 minutes for the questions. Did anyone get chance?
This is for Neeraj with Grow Sales. Could you list a few features? First of all, great job. Thanks for bringing this home tonight. Could you list a few features that differentiate your product from Salesforce's current offerings?
I mean, yeah. So one of the things that I've always seen criticism for Salesforce on, or even HubSpot and Zoho CRM and other softwares, is like they actually have a lot of steep learning curve. Like your employees will have to take significant amount of training to learn that. And so which is why it kind of clicked in my mind that what if we created something that won't really take as much time for you to learn. So that is one thing. The second thing that I've always seen like going with these huge multi-corporation CRMs is that their user interface is not very friendly either. Like it's very difficult to use. So this has actually been told to me by one of the peer venture coaches who was associated with Forge. And so, okay, and I thought, okay, yeah, this can actually work, because if businesses actually want such a thing, yeah, so I think, so we will bring it to it. One of the other features that I was looking to get into growth sales was actually integrating your digital card exchange. So you all know that, you know, when obviously collecting lead, like we don't really exchange physical cards, but rather cards that have a QR code. So what happens is that you take the data from the QR code, but it kind of you know, it's like kind of cornered out in your mobile phone, and you don't even look at it. So that is also kind of like a business exchange, a deal that has happened. So basically, like, take that business card exchange and actually integrate back into your Grow Sales app. So you will also be able to see that how many people did you meet whenever you are like meeting in person. And yeah, so yeah, those would be the differentiators.
Sure. And thank you for sharing. A follow-up question to that, as far as like differentiating yourself from Salesforce. I use Salesforce at a previous employer, and it's really just like an interactive, almost like Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheet with different plugins in your like enterprise dashboard. Do you see your platform ultimately like mimicking that display? How would you differentiate yourself there?
I mean, yeah, so I think, yeah, so yeah, we don't really want to go into the Salesforce path, because they actually have been very big, and they deal with like multi-million-dollar clients, and which is why I think they're I don't know, maybe their learning curve is not really like, or even their operations are not really catered towards like SMBs, like small to medium scale businesses. So which is why we kind of, you know, thought of Grow Sales, where we actually think about like small to medium scale enterprises and businesses, and go from there to multi-million-dollar organizations. So I think that would be the path, and we don't really want to like get stuck like many of the Salesforce and even HubSpot. Like one of their premium subscriptions is actually very, very expensive. So I don't think that SMBs can afford it. So just to have that pocket-friendly CRM with you, and it basically gives you all of the leads. It has like all of your marketing funnels, and like all of your ad funnels, all of your web pages, and like your lead generation, your lead like basically your entire sales pipeline. So I actually have a business, not me, but my family business, which is of construction machinery. So that is basically a B2B business. So in that, what we were suffering from the same thing, that we weren't able to like get leads when it came to like B2B businesses, but because we're not selling construction machineries to people, but to other businesses. So that's how I think all of this culminated into Grow Sales AI. So yeah. Any other questions you have?
Hi, Neeraj.
Hello. Hey, Jackson. First of all, fantastic presentation. I had a question on kind of how you position Study Circle relative to the other tools that students might use for academic assistance. Thinking back to when I was a student about 2 years ago, myself and my peers, when we got stuck on something, we'd use everything from like Khan Academy if we wanted to actually understand the material and do better. We'd use ChatGPT if we wanted just to kind of, you know, get it done quicker, have a shortcut, or we'd use Chegg or Socratic if we wanted just to completely cheat, which a lot of us did as well. Not myself personally, obviously, but a lot of my peers. So I'm seriously thinking about like the positioning, you know, how do you see AI tutoring relative to these tools, and, you know, what kind of students would use your tool as opposed to the different things out there?
Right. Yeah, no, that's a great question. Well, I guess I'll start off by talking about like my personal experience, you know, both being a student and also kind of working in with this technology in my day-to-day. I've actually used ChatGPT for school, and I know a lot of students use it kind of just, hey, write my essay for me, like do something real quick and kind of give me the answers. But I've actually used it to actually teach myself the material. So I found if you set it up where you're having a conversation with it, and it's giving you quiz questions, and you're answering those, and maybe there's something that you don't know, and you're able to ask, you're able to ask things like, hey, I'm not sure on this, can you teach me? And it's able to do that in real time. So I think this is around a month ago, OpenAI came out with a technology where it's ChatGPT, but you're able to speak to it with voice. So that would allow students to not only, it's voice and images. So not only will our app have a text interface for people to talk just as, like normal ChatGPT, but also you'd be able to speak to it and send it pictures of your homework as you're working through it in order to get tips and tricks helping you along.
Yeah, I think you have a great idea. I'm definitely going to text you personally after this, and hopefully we can chat.
Any other questions? So thank you everyone for your presentations. I would like to thank Forge for starting this program, for helping all of us work on our ventures or on our ideas. Special thanks to John and also Brian, who helped us a lot throughout the presentations. I would also like to thank our guest speakers. They were really, really helpful. There were a lot of things we didn't know, and they helped us understand it better. We had multiple sessions from the same individuals as well. Next, I would like to thank Tech Launch Arizona team for helping us organize the event here. Last but not least, students. I think working with everyone has been a great experience, and everyone has got an opportunity to learn a lot from this experience. And thanks to all of you for coming today and listening through all of our presentations. Means a lot. Thank you so much. With this, I am pleased to announce the successful completion of Forge Student Startup Residency Program 2024. Thank you everyone once again.